What's up, guys? It's Azaran here, and we are back with MPL coverage week 4 of Sun and Moon metas. And we've got the Miniors versus the Bucks, if I recall. Yep, the Miniors versus the Bucks for this week. And we've got Yaksock versus Attribute for our first game of the Sun and Moon series. So Attribute still has the Mega Metacham Goth team, and Yaksock has the Fairy team that we've seen time and time again. So nothing new here. Attribute leads off with Goth. Yaksock leads off with Coco. Goes for the T-Bolt, turn 1. This Gothitelle has Miracle, so this Gothitelle is like so. Gothitelle's fucking great. So down goes the Coco immediately. Big threat to Attribute's team. Now Bulu comes out, and Jirachi's the switch in, and Woodhammer does actually a decent amount at 39%. That's actually a decent amount. So now Yaksock's switching out into his Klefki here as Jirachi gets up the rocks. And now Attribute's going to switch out into Gothitelle here, as Tapu Bulu is the move. And I think we're just sacking the Goth maybe. Yep, and Bulu goes for the Horn Leech as Gothitelle goes down. Now Attribute's going to send out his Victini and claim a soul here. He's going to go into Azu though, as Victini goes straight for the V-Crate. Does 50% to the Azu. And Azu goes for the Aqua Jet, and the Victini is able to live as Victini goes for a second V-Crate. And it's able to knock out the Azumarill. So now every time he's in, he can click V-Create. Bulu's now out here, and it's time to sack Slowbro. So he's going to Horn Leech, so goodbye Slowbro. I'm guessing at least. Yep, 2 Horn Leeches, and down goes the Slowbro. So now Attribute's going to send out Victini again, claim a kill here. And the victim this time is Klefki. Goodbye. Boom. Gone. So down goes Klefki, and now into Clefable we go, as Attribute's going to switch out into his Jirachi, as Clefable just goes straight for the Moon Blast here. Now this Jirachi can probably just Iron Head to victory, to be honest. Iron Head once here, but Beery Berry is able to eat that up with ease, and the Clefable gets the rocks up. And now the Victini's dead unless the Latios defogs, so the Jirachi's going to Iron Head here, Clefable's going to get flinched. Third Iron Head lives, and the Yaksock misses the Fire Blast, which kind of sucks. But it's alright. So down goes the Clefable, and now we go to Magearna here. Attribute's going to go with his best play, continuing to flinch here, and Magearna gets flinched once. Does he get flinched twice? Yes, he does. Does he get flinched a third time? And that should be it, because the Fleur Cannon misses, and that's all she wrote. So Attribute's able to take a 4-0 win. And now we'll move on to the next battle. Next battle we have here is Bax versus RNBS. Bax is bringing the Bird Jesus normal team, while RNBS is bringing the counter Metacham with Double Blade team. So Bax leads off with Pidgeot, and RNBS leads off with Heatran. Pidgeot goes straight for the Hurricane here, trying to predict the rocks, probably from Heatran. Yep. So he gets him with that. So now HP Ground should be coming out. Boom. And RNBS predicts that correctly. And now he's going to switch into Staraptor here, as Celesteela goes for the Air Slash, does half, which is way too much. And now he's going to switch out in his Chansey here, as Celesteela goes for the Air Slash. So this is offensive Celesteela, as we now know. Double Blade comes out, and Bax predicts that well by going back into Porygon. And now Magearna is the switch in, as Porygon 2 just goes straight for the foul play here. Caesar's going to come out now as Bax goes back into Chansey. So now Bax is in a worse situation. Scizor is going to Mega Evolve here, go for the SD. This shit is going to be problematic. Scizor goes for the U-turn, SD U-turn, as Heatran is the switch in. Porygon goes for the foul play here, not trying to mess around with this threat, as Chansey can come back in. Heatran goes for the Magma Storm and misses, unfortunately. RNBS switches out, back into Mega Scizor, and as Chansey goes for the Soft Boiled. And we go into Raptor here, we go into Bulky Raptor here. Bax does. So now Scizor is at ×1 attack, or +1 attack. Staraptor goes for the Defog, as Scizor is going to go for another SD. So into Porygon we go, but this is not going to live. I think this is a sweep. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he can save the Staraptor, but nothing else is living. +4 Bullet Punch. Yeah, not even Diggersby. So RNBS takes a wacky 6-0 there, able to just throttle the team. I mean, Scizor destroys normal for the most part, but I didn't think it would be that quick. So now we'll move on to the best of 3 matchup for this week. It's Iron versus 6TI. And Iron rocking Goth Medi, you know, all reliable. And 6TI rocking something a little different. Ground mono. So Iron leads off with Latios as 6TI leads off with Lando. He's going to switch into his Seismitoad as Latios goes for the Draco Meteor. It does 62%. So Iron's going to switch out into his Medicham here as Seismitoad goes for the knockoff. And 6TI is just going to sack it to the monster, which is Mega Medicham. And now Lando's going to come back out. Iron's going to switch out into Lati here as 6TI predicts that and goes for the Sludge Wave. And now the switch in is going to be Latios as Lati goes straight for another Draco. A crit. I don't know if that mattered if the Hippo was Spadefi or something, but maybe the Latios suspects or some shit like that, so it might not have mattered. So now Jirachi comes out as Lando goes for the Earth Power. Just probably going to sack this Jirachi. Yep. So down goes Jirachi. And now Iron's going to bring out Victini here. As Victini goes straight for the V-Crate, and Lando lives. And he can Sludge Wave that, and he can get another Sludge Wave attack off the next turn, knocking out the Victini. Damn, Lando is a threat. Lando goes for the Earth Power onto the Gothitelle, so the Gothitelle is not Scarfed as the Gothitelle goes for the Psychic here. And now 6TI can knock out the Gothitelle with the EQ from Excadrill. Nice revenge kill. Medi goes for the high jump kick onto the Excadrill, knocking it out. And now Garchomp comes out. And when this Garchomp comes out, it gets knocked out. Rough Skin, SD. I think he was just go banking on that HJK miss in order to win. Medicham goes for the Bullet Punch here as Memo goes for the knockoff. It does not even kill at this range. And Medicham has the Bullet Punch and is able to knock out the Mamoswine. So Iron is able to take a nice 3-0 win in the first battle of the best of 3. So now we'll move on to the second match of the best of 3. Iron brought, Iron brought old reliable Psychic once again. And 6TI is trying something different with Mantine flying. Not the stally Mantine flying with Char Y, but this weird team. Iron leads off with Mew as 6TI leads off with Aerodactyl. 6TI is going to switch out into Mantine here as Mew goes straight for the Will-O-Wisp. And now 6TI is going to go back into Landorus here as Mew goes for the Taunt. Lando's going to go for the Earth Power, though only 49%. And now with this knockoff, that Lando is just useless. Yeah. Earth Power is going to only do 40. Soft Boiled is going to recover more than that. Lando gets the rocks up here as Mew goes for a Soft Boiled again. 6TI is going to switch out into Mantine now as Mew goes for the Willow here. Good play, I guess, on 6TI's part, predicting the Willow at that turn. Mew goes for the Taunt. And Mantine can't use Toxic, unfortunately. Mew goes for the knockoff. His lefties come out. And then 6TI Scald. No burn yet. Mew's going to continue to go for the knockoff here as Mantine's going to continue to Scald. No burn yet. Iron is going to taunt the Gliscor. And now the Gliscor's in with Toxic Orb. Probably going to go for a knockoff of sorts or something like that. If it has it, even. But this Gliscor goes straight for the Rock Slide. Huh. Interesting tech. Now 6TI is going to switch out into his Mantine here as Jirachi gets his rocks of his own. Jirachi's going to go for Iron Head. So this is Iron's best play, just trying to flinch down this Mantine. Because once this thing gets a roost, it sucks for Iron. And 6TI is able to break through and get the nice roost off. Iron's going to continue just to click the Iron Head button. But the Mantine is well trained and has roosted back up to 90%. Jirachi going to go for Iron Head again. And the Mantine gets a defog off. So rocks are gone for the moment. And now Gliscor's in as Jirachi goes for the Iron Head onto the Gliscor. Jirachi gets up the rocks as Gliscor goes for the SD. Jirachi goes for the U-turn here. And into Slowbro we go. Gliscor goes for the Earthquake. That's +2, only doing 41%. So Gliscor goes for another Earthquake. Didn't give a fuck about that Slowbro as Latios goes for the tricking this Choice Scarf to the Toxic Orb. So now the Gliscor is locked in. And now Iron has a better shot of winning. So now Skarmory's a switch in here. As Iron goes back into Mew. Mew goes for the Taunt. As Skarmory cannot defog. 6TI is going to switch out into Gliscor once again. As Mew goes for the Willow. Gliscor is going to go for the Earthquake onto the Mew. Do only 20-something% as Mew goes for the taunt. So this is doing nothing. 60 has to find a way to like deal with this Mew, honestly. Mew goes for the Soft Boiled here. As Mew goes for taunt, so Ein scouting right and bringing the Stall Breaker for like bulky flying. As Zapdos goes for the Discharge here. Does he pair the Mew? The only hope is like to pair the Mew. That's probably his best bet. Mew's gonna go for a knockoff here. Knock off the Zapdos lefties. As Zapdos goes for another pair, and now Discharge comes out. So now he actually has some hope here, because now the Mew is slow. So Zapdos is gonna go for the substitute as Mew goes straight for the Soft Boiled here. Zapdos is gonna go for the Roost, roosting that damage off as Mew gets fully paralyzed. Zapdos goes for a Roost again, as Mew goes for the Taunt. 60 is gonna switch into Gliscor, as Ein goes out into Lottie. That's weird. 60 is gonna switch out back into Skarmory we go, as Lottie goes straight for the Psychic. Gets a crit and does 44%, but 60 is still out of range of Psychic to a KOing. Ein goes into Victini here as Skarmory goes for the Roost, recovers back up, and because of that, Skarmory is able to live and get brought down to his 30. But not before 60i defogs the rocks away one more time. But it feels like it's just a losing effort for 60i at this point. Like, I think Ein has this firmly under his control. 60i is going to defog the rocks again. Jirachi is going to continue to put them up. Skarmory has more defogs. The Jirachi has rocks, so Ein should win in the long run if this is really going to happen. Oh my lord, this is actually going to happen. Rocks again. Defog. Alright, so finally 60i switches out into Aerodactyl as Jirachi gets up the rocks again. Mega Aerodactyl is the play here as he goes for Pursuit, and Jirachi just stays in here, clicks T-Wave, and I think he should click X soon. Nope, he's going to stay in and fight. Arrow breaks through the Para and the Flinch and goes for an EQ, does a lot to the Jirachi. So a second Iron Head though is able to knock out the Aerodactyl, and now back into Landorus we go. Ein's going to switch out into Lottie as Lando gets up his rocks. Lottie's going for the Psychic. Lando's going to live, but so is Lottie with a decent amount of health. And Ein is able to kill off the Lando with Psychics. Now into Mantine we go as Lottie goes for the Draco Meteor. It almost kills the Mantine, but just not quite. So the Mantine is going to go straight for the Roost here as Lottie goes down to the Toxic. So now we go back into Victini here, and 60i is going to have to switch out. It's probably going to be into Gliscor, but Victini has no reason to click V-Crate, because V-Crate was going to knock out the Mantine from that range too. So down goes the Gliscor, and now into Zapdos we go. Zapdos goes for the Discharge, no crit, no full para, so another V-Crate comes out, and down goes the Zapdos. 60i is going to switch out his Mantine, as Ein's going to switch out into Mew here. And Mantine goes for Roost, but this Mew can just taunt him and then just whittle him down, and that should be the entire game. At least for these two mods. Yep, Mew goes for the taunt here. Ein's gonna switch out into Jirachi as Mantine goes for the Scald. No burn. Ein's gonna get up the rocks, the late game rocks, and 60s is just gonna keep pecking away at this Jirachi little by little. Jirachi goes for the Iron Head here, trying to will this Mantine down with flinches. Seems to be working so far. Jirachi's going to go for the Iron Head here, and Mantine gets flinched again. One more Iron Head should do it. And does he get the flinch here? No, he does not. So this thing is going to be dragged on for a little longer. No, it's not. I spoke too soon. And boom. 60i finally forfeits. And that's a good game. A solid 5-0 in Ein's favor. So that's all the matchups today for Miniors versus Bucks. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next MPL coverage video. Peace.